Hello everyone, and welcome back to another Monster Hunter World video. This is Thegameconomist, and today I'm going to show you my optimized method for farming the Greatest Jagras. If you didn't know, the Greatest Jagras is now the most effective way to unlock all of the decorations in the game without cheating with like save scumming or using mods. So if you've been grinding to unlock something like, I don't know, the shield decoration or mighty bow, or if you're like me, mind's eye, then this is your opportunity to really boost your odds of collecting those important build-changing decorations. Let's start by having me mention that you need to be Hunter rank 50 in order to have access to the event quest. It sucks, but it's true. It also just has to be in rotation, right? So the event quest isn't always going to be available. Right now we have it with the appreciation event. Afterwards, I'm assuming it's going to be available with a seasonal festival like the spring festival and the summer festival. So once he's gone, he's not going to come back for a while. That means this is your time, this is your window of time to go get as many of those decorations as you can, and hopefully this guide helps you really improve how fast you can do that. Next, let me explain why he's such a good monster for grinding. It's pretty simple. Basically, in the middle of the fight, he's going to eat a monster, an Apsaros, or however you pronounce it, one of the small monsters, right? Little dinosaurs walking around the map. And after he's done this, he's going to have a giant belly, and when he uses his spit attacks, he'll drop these, they're called like Great Jagras materials. When you pick it up, it turns out they're face stones. If you knock him over, in fact, he spits a whole bunch of them up, and then he'll move on to another area, and you're able to pick these face stones up. And let's say you're using a really bad weapon, what you can do is in the first area after he eats a dinosaur, you just get him to spit up all those face stones, and then when he leaves, you can choose to return from you don't want to abandon the quest. Abandoning the quest will just, it's like reversing everything you've accomplished, so you won't actually get the rewards. So you'll return from the quest, and you're going to get all those face stones that you picked up. However, that's not the actual fastest way to get rewards from this event quest. What you really want to do is actually also capture him as fast as you can, because it turns out he gives really good rewards out at the end of the event quest. So we're interested, he spits up a whole bunch of face stones, right? But we're really mostly interested in two: the worn face stones and the warped face stones. Those are the face stones that are going to give you a chance at the rarity 7 and the rarity 8 decorations. Those are the decorations we're interested in. We're not interested in all those other little face stones. I mean, unless you have an endless number of stream stones and research points that you can give to the Elder Melder in order to re-roll all those low-level face stones, which even I run out of, not the research points, but I run out of the stream stones when I'm re-rolling with the Elder Melder. So we really are mostly just interested in getting the worn face stones and the warped face stones, and the Greatest Jagras offers a lot of those only if you kill him at the end, or only if you capture him, right? You actually have to finish the quest. Alright, I have two clean runs to show you that's going to make sense of this. Let's go ahead and take a look at those now. Alright, the weapon you see on my back is the Glutton Heavy Bowgun. You can see I'm eating a demon drug. Next, I have a might seed ready. Also at the canteen, I've already eaten attack up large. Okay, so we're really just trying to pump up our damage as much as we can. We know that the Greatest Jagras, he follows the same path at the beginning of every fight. So what you can do in the beginning is really set up on him, right? I've got the Coral Cheerhorn ready. I'm going to go ahead and tell my Palico to use that. I'm trying to get the attack boost from that as well, so you can really get a lot of damage going. And then we have Mega Barrel Bombs. Although, let me say this, after doing a lot of runs against him, you're better off bringing those Mega Barrel Bombs further away from those dinosaurs, the Apsaros, however you pronounce their names. Bring those Mega Barrel Bombs further away so that he doesn't accidentally set them off while he's trying to eat, because what you actually might cause him to do is, he'll become disturbed by the fact that the Mega Barrel Bombs did damage to him, and then rather than eating, he tries to kill you. You also noted I loaded my special ammo, and now I'm probably going to, I'm going to go ahead and put on the Temporal Mantle. We're going to go ahead and start fighting him. This is one of my earliest successful runs. I have one a little later on. It's going to be a little better, and you'll see that right after this one. You'll see he's taking great damage when you shoot him in the belly. He doesn't take quite as much damage from his arms. One of the reasons I shoot him in the arms, though, is to see if I can trip him. Okay, he's doing a lot of roars. He does that every time, actually, 2 roars. But I go with the Temporal Mantle rather than the Rocksteady. Normally, I would go Rocksteady, right? Because that allows you to ignore the 2 roars. But in this case, his spitting attack does so much damage that he will one-shot you through the Rocksteady Mantle. That's why the Temporal Mantle is better in this case. You can see he's already knocked over, and he's dropping those materials all over the place. Yep, you can see them actually falling out of his mouth. Those are going to be face stones. You can see he takes a lot of damage when you shoot him in the belly. Not as much damage when you shoot him in the head. So probably shoot him in the belly if you can. But again, I was testing like, how does he get knocked over from taking damage to body parts? Does breaking apart cause him to get knocked over? You know, I was just testing things. But you see, the whole fight here, I've got the temporal mantle going, and I'm just getting tons of damage out on him. And this is a typical glutton build. It's nothing too special. Even if you couldn't build it optimally, it's still going to be one of your best options for dealing tons of damage to the greatest Jagras. So we got a part break, he got knocked over, there's the Coral Cheerhorn again. He's got to be about close to leaving now. Once again, the point here is to burn him, there he goes. The point here is to burn him in one run, and then he's going to go off to his nest, he's going to go to sleep, and in the meantime, we're going to go ahead and pick up all these decorations. So, my initial thought on the decorations was, wow, this is so rewarding. The second time around, well, not the second time, after doing it for a few times, I actually realized the rewards aren't that good. You're mostly getting the low-level decorations from this, and occasionally you get 1 or 2 worn face stones, and then very rarely you get a warped face stone, which is what you really want. See, in this case, I got a warped face stone. It just popped up on screen, and it's gone. So those are what you really want. You don't always get them from his drops, but you can get them at the end of the quest. Alright, now we're just going to run off and go capture him in his nest, and we're done. See, people were telling me, you know, hey, Thegameconomist, what you want to do is just beat him up, get him to drop the face stones, pick them up, and then leave. No, you don't want to do that. You want to do so much damage to him that the only step you have left is to capture him. You're essentially giving yourself, I don't know, like maybe 4 more worn face stones and at least 1 warped face stone. Those are typically the rewards you get at the end of this event quest. I'll show you. Go ahead and shock trap him there. We're going to use trank ammo on him. Alright, and he's captured. Alright, now let's take a look at those rewards. I'll go ahead and skip the screen. Here we are. And yes, you'll see here that the quest rewards included 2 warped face stones. That's really what we are after. Those are the face stones that actually have a good chance of rewarding you something valuable. And now you can see the combination of all the warped face stones that we collected. We only got 1 from the drops, but we got 2 from the quest rewards. So the quest rewards are really important here, and we actually captured him in only 4 minutes. So if you skip the end of the quest rewards, you really are losing out. Don't let anyone tell you that you should just leave immediately after he drops all the face stones. I think that's only good if you're just doing terrible damage to him. I think that's the only case where you want to not finish the fight, if you're doing terrible damage. Alright, and now let's take a look at the second run. Here you can see I'm setting up the mega barrel bombs this time a little further back. That's because at this point I've kind of learned that if you set them too close, he does trigger them and then he gets mad, and rather than eating, he just attacks you, and at that point you basically have to reset. We just loaded the special ammo like usual. We got temporal mantle ready. See, very easy. Once you get this down, you're going to be killing him probably in about 4 minutes every time, and you're going to be getting a ton of rewards. You saw me in the last run, I got 3 warped face stones. That's really good returns on your time. 4 minutes, 3 warped face stones. That's the most efficient thing in the game so far. So he's eating, and we're going to get a nice shot of Wyvern Snipe out on him. His mouth opening up to eat that whole Apsaros. Alright, and it's the same deal now. We're just going to be spamming the spread ammo on him. Trying to get him to knock over. Trying to get lots of damage on him and keep him, keep him incapacitated. The temporal mantle is protecting us from any serious damage. He rolled into the mega barrel bombs, very good. Occasionally he'll actually shoot them, that's annoying. You're losing out on that extra, what is it, like 360 damage? You don't want to miss out on that, but it just happens, unfortunately. Typically it's when he's spitting. Alright, he's just spitting up tons of face stones for me. You can see I'm getting tons of belly damage on him. Very, very easy, guys. I mean, there's almost no way to fail this because you've got the temporal mantle on, so you're just burning him down and he can't do anything about it. See? And I was a little worried that I didn't have enough damage on him there, so what I did was I flashed him because I'm trying to keep him in this area. The temporal mantle is still active. Yeah, worst case scenario, he tries to run off to the next stage, and he hasn't even stepped into my trap yet. So we're trying to get him into the trap right now. And there he goes. He's in the trap, so you're getting, at this point, if you wanted, you can even set up a second trap. It just depends on how you feel you're doing in terms of damage. You know, if you feel like you're not doing enough damage to get him into the capture threshold, you know, maybe set up another trap, or alternatively, halfway through how long he was going to be captured in that trap, you could have been shooting the paralysis ammo at him, because the Glutton Heavy Bowgun obviously gets paralysis ammo. You get one paralysis and then maybe another round of spread shots into him. Alright, and now he's running off, and at that point I was pretty confident we had enough damage. I can just kind of tell based on how many shots I used on him. I didn't want you guys to have to watch me picking up all those decorations again. Here we are jumping forward into the nest, and we're just going to get another capture on him and we're done. Alright, and that's my optimized strategy for farming the greatest Jagras for decorations. The last thing I have to show you is the build for this Glutton Heavy Bowgun. Let's go ahead and go to change equipment. You can see my custom mods, you can see how much affinity I have, well, base affinity, and now let's take a look at the skills. Crit Eye, Free Element, Crit Boost, Weakness Exploit, Max Might, the Spread Shot decoration, Fortify if you die, Special Ammo Boost happen to come on the Zenitjiva Gamma set, and of course Non-Elemental Boost. Pretty standard, and the special skills, of course, set bonus skill is going to be Spare Shot, so it's pretty much just a straight damage build on a Glutton Heavy Bowgun, and that's it. Once again, if you don't have that, or you don't want to use it, probably your other serious options are going to be the Anjanath Bow, and probably the Fire Dual Blades, okay? Well, I don't know what the best Fire Dual Blades are, but I imagine they'll do really well against him. Alright, that's the entire guide for farming the greatest Jagras. Stay tuned for more Monster Hunter World videos. I want to thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.